Yeah.
Ilia Topuria, whatever.
He's dangerous.
He's tight. That shit is tight.
Everything is so sharp. His technique is flawless. Everything's flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. Bro, he hits mitts like a world champion boxer.
Yeah.
Bro, guy,
Yeah, that's clean.
crispy, clean. Everything, no wasted motion.
Ilia Topuria is easily the most talented and most dangerous guy in the entirety of the UFC.
Recently, Ilia Topuria's secret training footage was revealed, and fans were left stunned by how clean and sharp he looks in every move. His striking, speed, and precision seem on another level, showing a completely evolved version of himself. The MMA world is shocked, and it's clear Topuria is preparing for something big.
Espera.
Buena, Pablo.
Una más. Le sale espectacular.
Abre la cabeza.
Bájala.
Pum, pum, pum.
Eso.
As Joe Rogan analyzed the footage, he highlighted the elite-level technique on display, pointing out how Ilia Topuria delivers punches with precision while subtly slipping incoming shots with minimal movement. He emphasized Topuria's exceptional hand speed and timing, describing it as phenomenal and a clear sign of a fighter operating at the highest level of the sport.
Yeah.
Ilia Topuria, whatever.
He's dangerous.
He's tight. That shit is tight.
Everything is so sharp. His technique is flawless. Everything's flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. He's so dangerous everywhere. He's dangerous with submissions. He's dangerous with kicking. He's dangerous. His heart is dangerous. He fought this dude, Jai Herbert, and he went up to 155 for that fight. So he's a 45-pounder, and he said, take a fight at 55. He gets head kicked in the first round by Jai Herbert. Is a nasty stand-up fighter. He's so good. He's real slick. And he caught Topuria with the perfect head kick. And Topuria, he's in real trouble. He got dropped. And he scrambled, got a hold of him. Next round, sent him into the dark lands. Blasted him against literally slept him, face planted him, and walk-off KO.
As Daniel Cormier stated, it's unfair to compare anyone to Conor McGregor when it comes to superstardom, as that level may never be reached again. However, he pointed out that Ilia Topuria is one of the rare fighters who can be placed in the same conversation in terms of hype and expectation because he has fully lived up to everything that was predicted about him since joining the UFC.
I think it's unfair to compare people to Conor McGregor. I really do. I don't think anybody will ever reach that level of stardom. But I believe if there isn't a category that you can compare Ilia to Conor and it'd be just, it's the fact that he had all that hype and he's lived up to it. I don't know that he ever becomes a star, Conor does, but I believe he has lived up to the hype and the expectation at a level that was thrust on him from the moment he got to the UFC, and he should be very proud of that.
Ilia Topuria is considered one of the most dangerous and complete fighters in the UFC today, with many experts praising his elite boxing, fast hand speed, and perfect timing. After rising to championship level and delivering huge knockouts, he has built a reputation as a fighter who can end a fight at any moment with clean and powerful combinations.
Ilia and Justin Gaethje.
Okay.
Ilia and Justin Gaethje. I think that because no matter the outcome, it's going to be good regardless. It's the right fight to make. We got the undisputed champion in lightweight versus the interim lightweight champion. So that's the right fight to make. There's no complaints about that. And then no matter how this shakes out, now obviously everybody's looking at this fight, and I've seen the memes that are like, oh man, Justin Gaethje better bring a gun, da 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 da. And yeah, it's very possible that he could get knocked out early. And if that happens, guess what? It's gonna be good. It'll be good. We'll all celebrate the knockout. We'll be like, oh my goodness. But what I believe is going to happen, I don't think he gets knocked out as early and as easy as everybody else suggests. I think he makes this a little tougher. I think he puts up a good fight. And if that happens...
Analysts often highlight his smooth movement and defensive awareness inside the cage. He uses minimal motion to slip punches and stay balanced, showing great economy of movement while staying ready to counter instantly. His speed is also a major weapon, with explosive combinations that overwhelm opponents before they can react.
A nivel personal, he complacido como todos los deseos que tenía de convertirme en campeón del mundo, de defenderlo, de subir y conseguir otro título. Ahora dentro de la Casa Blanca, que era algo irrechazable, ¿no? De, a ver, tengo que entrar dentro de la Casa Blanca y competir ahí, ¿no? Porque yo al final mi vida no lo baso en las cosas materiales que voy consiguiendo, sino en los momentos que soy capaz de crear, ¿no? Que el día de mañana podré contárselo a mis hijos, a mi nieta, a mis amigos, vivirlo con mis amigos y con mi gente más cercana. Son experiencias únicas. No le puedes decir que no a ese tipo de oportunidades.
As discussions grow around potential super fights, attention has turned toward matchups like Justin Gaethje, who brings chaos, pressure, and non-stop aggression. Many believe this clash of styles would be explosive, with Gaethje's wild striking going up against Topuria's sharp precision and calm control.
There's a guy from Spain, Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, I really like Topuria.
He's what David Goggins calls uncommon amongst uncommon men.
Want some more coffee?
No, thank you. I'm good, thank you. He's a freak. I mean, he's just incredibly talented. Like weirdly talented. Like his last 3 fights, he knocked out 3 all-time greats.
Holloway.
Yeah, Holloway, Alexander, and Charles Oliveira. So
right.
That's crazy. Volkanovski, who's like one of the greatest featherweights of all time, knocked him out. Knocked out Max Holloway, another one of the greatest featherweights of all time.
Right.
And then Charles Oliveira, one of the greatest lightweights of all time.
Amazing.
He knocks out 3 guys in 3 fights. There's no one has a resume like that.
And he's not like, as I understand, he was a Greco-Roman guy.
Right,
and
initially.
he became a boxer later on.
What do you think of Justin against Ilia now? Do you give him much of a chance there? A lot of people seem to be doubting him a lot already.
Well, it is tough. You know, the way I describe it is like, I do think there's been some people say, oh, it was kind of a sloppier fight, or there was some other stuff happening. It wasn't as technical. I think Justin Gaethje is more technical versus a more technical opponent. You know, with that being said, Ilia Topuria is easily the most talented and most dangerous guy in the entirety of the UFC.
Overall, Topuria is seen as a rising force who combines confidence, skill, and finishing ability at the highest level. Whether striking or grappling, he continues to prove why he is one of the most dangerous champions in the sport, and every fight adds more hype around his growing legacy. As discussions grow around future megafights, attention has shifted toward potential matchups with elite opponents like Justin Gaethje, a fighter known for his aggressive pressure, chaos, and knockout power.
Or out where he was keeping my body, staying long. Kicking range or clinching range is kind of where he fought me. Mm-hmm. The times I did have success was in the boxing range, but he didn't let that happen. You know?
Well, it just shows you how fucking good Ilia Topuria is. God damn that dude.
Dude, I love Justin. I'm a fan. I don't like this matchup for him.
Well, you know what? I mean, Justin knows what he's getting into, and it's hard to count that dude out. He's such an animal.
Yeah, he can land the shot, but...
And it's in the White House. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, but that dude has the touch of death.
Yeah.
He has the touch of death.
And he's not a big guy. I've never seen him in person, but I was talking to somebody recently, and they said, no, he's 5'7", you know?
He's small, man. He's not big.
This stylistic clash is seen as one of the most exciting possibilities in the UFC, with many believing it would be a violent and high-level striking battle between 2 completely different fighting philosophies. Gaethje brings relentless forward pressure and unpredictability, while Topuria brings sharp precision, calm control, and technical brilliance. Experts believe this contrast would create a fight full of danger for both men, where every exchange could end the fight instantly. Beyond striking, Topuria has also developed a dangerous grappling and submission game, making him a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He has shown the ability to dominate on the ground as well, proving he is not limited to stand-up fighting alone.
Todo eso lo quiero trabajar bien. Mejor tú no puedes hacer mucho.
This versatility forces opponents to prepare for every possible scenario, adding another layer of difficulty when facing him. As his career continues to rise, many analysts believe Topuria is entering a phase where every fight carries major implications for his legacy. Each performance is seen as another step towards cementing himself among the elite names in UFC history. His confidence, discipline, and consistency have made him a standout champion in a highly competitive era. Overall, Ilia Topuria is no longer just a rising star. He is now viewed as a fully developed champion with the skill set, mindset, and finishing ability to dominate at the highest level. With every fight, the hype around him continues to grow, and fans eagerly wait to see who can truly challenge his unstoppable momentum.
Una más.
There's a guy from Spain, Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, I really like Topuria.
He's a freak. I mean, he's just incredibly talented.
Well, if we're gonna go at that, I got Ilia Topuria knocking him out.
Yeah, same here.
I just feel after you've been dropped so much and you're gonna fight somebody who's deadly striker, great wrestler.
You don't think there's any chance that he can...
My waste of time.
Right. No, I know. You don't think there's any chance, based on his toughness, that he can catch him, that he can break him?
No, how? He cannot wrestle.
Ilia Topuria is easily the most talented and most dangerous guy in the entirety of the UFC. So
it's I don't want this fight, honestly, because bro, he's almost 38 years old now, and if we look how he in shape in this fight, he look not so good.
Justin Gaethje is my friend. I'm gonna tell him don't do that with Ilia Topuria, man. You can't do that with him.
Yeah. Everyone's already counting Gaethje out, and we've already learned you can't do that. I don't know, I've got a sneaky suspicion that Gaethje might pull off an upset here and surprise everyone.
You don't like the guy because I don't know if why you want him to put him against me.
The countdown to a historic showdown has begun as Ilia Topuria launches an intense training camp ahead of his clash with Justin Gaethje. With the spotlight growing brighter, Topuria is leaving nothing to chance. Every session is designed to sharpen his already dangerous skill set, pushing his body and mind to the absolute limit. From explosive striking drills to relentless conditioning, he is preparing not just to defend his position, but to dominate once again inside the octagon.
Y gancho ligado. Las tres primeras son para tocar. Y relajado, Pablo. Eso es. No caigas tanto girando, un poquito, pero no mucho, ¿vale? Ahí mejor.
Pequeño detalle. 1, 2, con 3 en vez de meterme al revés.
Ya estoy.
Topuria's evolution as a fighter is clear. He blends speed, power, and endurance with a calm, calculated mindset that makes him incredibly dangerous. Reflecting on his journey, he admits that earlier in his career, he carried unnecessary pressure and doubt. But instead of breaking him, those struggles became the foundation of his confidence today. Now, he enters every fight with clarity, focus, and a belief that he belongs at the very top of the sport.
What do you think of Justin against Ilia now? Do you give him much of a chance there? A lot of people seem to be doubting him a lot already.
Well, it is tough. You know, the way I describe it is like, I do think there's been some people say, oh, it was kind of a sloppier fight, or there was some other stuff happening. It wasn't as technical. I think Justin Gaethje is more technical versus a more technical opponent. You know, Patty has this very unpredictable, herky-jerky, kind of awkward, weird style, which I think lends itself to both guys fighting a little bit more sloppy or a little bit more sporadic or chaotic than they normally would. You know, you go back and watch Gaethje versus Poirier, Gaethje versus myself, Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson, these fights where it's like traditional striker versus traditional striker, kind of very similar movements. He can put on a lot more technical performance. With that being said, Ilia Topuria is easily the most talented and most dangerous guy in the entirety of the UFC. So
the hype around Topuria continues to grow, especially after praise from Joe Rogan, who sees him as one of the most unique fighters in the game. Rogan pointed to his incredible run. Achievements like that don't just build a resume, they build fear. According to Rogan, Topuria possesses a rare combination of fight IQ, timing, power, and discipline that sets him apart from nearly everyone else.
There's a guy from Spain, Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, I really like Topuria.
He's what David Goggins calls uncommon amongst uncommon men.
Want some more coffee?
No, thank you. I'm good, thank you. He's a freak. I mean, he's just incredibly talented.
So I'm not knowledgeable in this area, but the way he almost looks like he has a Philly shell. Is that a Philly shell? What he does with one arm down?
It's a little bit of that. Well, he has amazing defense. It's just amazing awareness and pattern recognition, technique. He's a combination of all things, right? Incredible confidence, incredible intelligence, insane discipline.
Despite that dominance, not everyone is convinced the fight will be one-sided. Kamaru Usman openly criticized the betting odds, calling them disrespectful toward Gaethje. He believes that writing off a fighter like Gaethje, known for his devastating power and unpredictable style, is a mistake. In a sport where one punch can change everything, Usman insists that Gaethje always has a real chance to shock the world.
And it's crazy, these odds. They still have Justin at like a 4-1 underdog, which is, what was Justin his last fight? He was what is it, a 3-1 underdog in the last fight? Something crazy like that. He was the underdog. Justin Gaethje was the underdog. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, these whoever the odds makers are or whatever, I just feel like, You know, the disrespect is there. I mean, even myself, I was an underdog in my fight.
That same sentiment is echoed with even more intensity by Henry Cejudo, who suggested that if Gaethje manages to pull off the upset, it could rival or even surpass the shock of Sean Strickland defeating Israel Adesanya. For Cejudo, the magnitude of such a win would shake the entire division and instantly become one of the biggest moments in recent MMA history.
He's undefeated. Hold on, come on. Hold on. Let me put my case. If Justin Gaethje is really able to take out a 2-division champ that's undefeated, that could potentially even fight for the third, like, yeah, not just that, bro, but if we go talent for talent, Ilia Topuria versus Israel Adesanya, if we like look at their fight styles, yeah, Ilia Topuria is way more well-rounded than a guy like Israel Adesanya. He brings in the submission games, he brings in the takedown defense, and he brings in the takedowns.
Inside the gym, those who have trained with Topuria are even more convinced of his dominance. Merab Davalishvili described the experience as something completely different from any other fighter he's faced. According to him, Topuria's precision, timing, and raw power stand out immediately, making it clear that he operates on another level. He even warned that Gaethje could be heading into a short and brutal night if Topuria performs the way he does in training.
I mean, I training with Ilia, and I never felt something like this with any other training partners, even big guys. Ilia is different level, like he hits hard, he's so technical, so smart.
Still, Justin Gaethje isn't backing down. Known for thriving in chaos, he fully embraces the danger of the matchup. Gaethje understands the risks, but believes in his own power and ability to end the fight at any moment. For him, this isn't about odds or predictions, it's about opportunity. He knows that if he lands clean, everything changes, and that belief is what makes him one of the most dangerous fighters in the division.
Justin Gaethje has done so much for the sport, has so many incredible fights, future Hall of Famer. I put him in the same regard as the 3 people that you have just finished all in a row.
Really?
I do.
So the only thing that I realized is that you don't like the guy, because I don't know if you want him to put him against me.
Fighters like Demetrius Johnson, however, see serious danger for Gaethje. Johnson highlighted Topuria's well-rounded attack, pointing out his ability to mix striking with wrestling and brutal body shots. According to him, that combination could slowly break Gaethje down, especially if the fight extends beyond the early exchanges.
Got Ilia Topuria knocking him out.
Yeah, same here.
I just feel after you've been dropped so much and you're going to fight somebody who's a deadly striker, great wrestler, who has a chin, who's willing to put himself in the fire to land that shot, and not just a shot to the face.
Feels like Justin Gaethje is going to fight Ilia Topuria at the White House. I feel like that's the right fight to make. Where does it sit on the card? I don't know, but it feels like that's a massive fight that is worthy of being on such a massive card. And with Topuria being who he is, with Gaethje being who he is, an American guy holding a UFC title, the UFC booked Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Paddy Pimblett won. You had a star that was going to go fight Ilia for the belt. Justin Gaethje won. Now you have an American guy holding a portion of a title with a fight at the White House.
What do you think of Justin against Ilia now? Do you give him much of a chance there? A lot of people seem to be doubting him a lot already.
Well, it is tough. You know, the way I describe it is like, I do think there's been some people say, oh, it was kind of a sloppier fight, or there was some other stuff happening. It wasn't as technical. I think Justin Gaethje is more technical versus a more technical opponent. You know, Paddy has this very unpredictable, herky-jerky, kind of awkward, weird style, which I think lends itself to both guys fighting a little bit more sloppy or a little bit more sporadic or chaotic than they normally would. You know, you go back and watch Gaethje versus Poirier, Gaethje versus myself, Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson, these fights where it's like traditional striker versus traditional striker, kind of very similar movements. He can put on a lot more of a technical performance. With that being said, Ilia Topuria is easily the most talented and most dangerous guy in the entirety of the UFC. So
it's gonna be smart for him to move up and make a lot of money. And even if he loses to Islam, people say, oh, you know, he take the chance to fight for the third belt. And can imagine if he beat Islam, he's gonna be a legend in this sport. You know, 3 belts. No one done it before.
On the other hand, Beneil Dariush believes the fight could be much closer than expected. He emphasized Gaethje's aggressive and dirty fighting style, one that disrupts even the most technical strikers. By forcing opponents into chaotic exchanges, Gaethje has a way of dragging fights into his world, where anything can happen. As the division watches closely, rising contender Arman Tsarukyan is already thinking ahead. He sees a potential clash with Topuria as one of the biggest fights the UFC could make, predicting massive hype and a true 50-50 matchup. At the same time, he warns that moving up in weight carries huge risks for Topuria, high reward if he wins, but serious consequences if he falls short. Meanwhile, tensions outside the cage continue to rise as Nate Diaz and Daniel Cormier exchange heated words. Diaz took aim at Cormier's fighting style and career, while Cormier fired back by questioning Diaz's record and consistency. The back and forth only adds more energy to an already explosive moment in the sport. As fight night approaches, one thing is clear: this isn't just another matchup. It's a collision of styles, mindsets, and legacies. Whether it ends in dominance or a shocking upset, fans around the world are bracing for a moment that could redefine the division.